Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. I hope you are well. If you have been guided to this reading, this video, I hope that there's something here that I'll be able to tap into to be able to offer you guidance and insight regarding your situation, your connection. So I'm focusing on the question, does your person still think of you? This is for love connections, definitely in separation, more than likely in no contact or very little interaction. So these are the 3 decks that I'll be using for this particular one, 3 of my self-created decks, the Silhouettes deck, Scenarios, which is very similar to a tarot deck. It's got upright and reverse interpretations. So we'll see what comes through, and then I'll clarify everything with my Illuminated Star Tarot. General advice as always, so please always keep that in mind throughout the reading and take whatever makes sense for you personally and release the rest. All right, guys, let's get into some insight here for you. Hello, Taurus. Okay, guys, let's grab some messages here. I want to tap into the current energy between you and the person you're thinking about. What do we need to know right now? Or what do you need to know right now? Okay, so 2 cards coming through. We have Fragile. Healing takes time. Honor your journey. Open your heart when you're ready. That could apply to either of you. So we are focusing on connections that are in separation. And so that could be the actual vibe that's being exchanged between the 2 of you, that things are fragile, that it could still be a very raw subject or a recent breakup for some of you. But, you know, for others, it could have happened a long time ago, but it still really hurts you. So everybody's healing journey is different. That's something that you cannot rush. So you got to just honor where you're at, and your person has to do the same. This is the other card that came through. We have Sweet Indulgence. Yours is a love so sweet, it gives me a sugar rush. This kind of reminds me of a situation where you guys might have moved really fast as far as from the time that you guys met and maybe taking things to the next level really quickly. It could have been an instant attraction. It could have turned into a very physical, sensual connection right away. You know, that very indulgent desire and hunger and craving that you guys might have had for each other. But it could have also been one of those situations where it happened really quickly, but then the excitement, the passion could have also fizzled as fast as it came in. So let me see. Let me grab another card here for you, Taurus. So current energy is that it's still really fragile, but I do feel they're still very much attracted to you. All right, we've got Fly Away. This came through for Aries as well. I just got started doing the readings for the 12 signs. And that literally came through for Aries. For some of you, if your person is an Aries, you might want to cross-watch that one. I do feel, for some of you anyway, maybe you guys live really far away from each other. You know, it's not driving distance. It's not even walking distance. You know, you guys live really far away, either states, cities, or even countries apart. It does say the only limits are the ones you place upon yourself, but I do feel the fact that you guys might be really far away from one another, that is limiting the amount of time that you're able to see each other in the 3D, you know? So let's go ahead and grab additional cards to see where this is going to go. But that's the opening message there. All right, angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. Let's take a look at their hidden thoughts, Taurus, when it comes to you. Obviously, no contact. Probably no interaction at all, those in separation or very little of it. So these are things that they don't want you to know about, things that they're hiding, that they don't really want you to be aware of. All right, let's see. For Taurus. All right, first card. We have Clown. Okay, comical personality, sense of humor, life of the party. what they're hiding is, you know, it's almost like they're hiding behind the laughter, just putting on this brave face for the world, for everybody to see. But deep down inside, they could be really miserable. They could be, as we've seen, really fragile. You know, they're still healing, and they're not really wanting anyone to know that they're still hurting, perhaps. So they could ultimately have been the life of the party and have a great sense of humor. But what they don't want the world to know, what they don't want you to know, is behind this smile, there's a lot of pain. Look at this. We have laughter, okay? Lots of fun times, enjoying each other's company, playful and youthful energy. Don't take things too seriously. So you guys had a lot of fun together, no doubt. But what they're hiding from you is, it's almost like there's nothing to laugh about now. You know, maybe they've gotten to be a really serious person, and maybe they've lost that sense of humor. So they've been highly affected perhaps by the fact that you guys are in separation. Let me grab one more here. One more message for Taurus. Their hidden thoughts. Look at this. Yeah. Not very talkative. Internalizes their feelings, prefers to be alone. They don't want to be bothered right now, because I ultimately feel if they were to remove this facade, remove this, you know, fake persona of who they are right now, you know, pretending to be happy, pretending like everything's fine, everything's great, you know, I'm coping with the breakup, I don't need this person. However way they're putting it forward, or not really wanting anybody to see that, they're just in this vibe, you know, very much like an introvert. So maybe their friends, their family might be noticing this. It's like, hey, what's going on with you? But they could also be saying, you know what, I don't want to talk about it. So people that are really close to them might also be seeing a personality change and acknowledging the fact that this all happened once you guys broke up. All right, so let's go ahead and clarify with some tarot here. Taurus. Angels and spirit guides, please. What more do we need to know? So does your person still think about you? Yes. And it almost affects them to the point where it brings them to tears, you know? They're not doing a whole lot of laughing, or they're not in a light mood. They're not sociable. It's a very painful time for them, perhaps. All right, angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. What do we need to know? We have the Strength card. For some of you, maybe your person could be a Leo. Bravery, compassion, inner strength. I'm getting from this individual that it's, again, been a very difficult experience living life without you. And this is a card of restraint here. You know, it's like perhaps they have considered dating other people, but at the same time, they're not feeling like they're ready or that they want to. They would prefer to be single rather than interacting with other people. And maybe there's a part of them that has really wanted to reach out to you, but at the same time, they're not feeling very confident that it would turn out well, or that you might even be open to talking to them. So there really is this need for them to just lift themselves up and to take the necessary steps to do whatever it is that they feel guided to do. I am ultimately feeling for some of you that they want to reach out, they want to talk to you, but they're not feeling very strong that it would benefit them. Let's see. Yeah, this could be part of the reason. All right, so we've got the Four of Cups right there. Your person ultimately is thinking that it's too late. This focuses on their regrets, you know, wishing that they could go back in time to do things differently here. You know, so it's really affected them, and maybe you have closed them off, you've blocked them from your life, and maybe they feel like it's just too late, too much water under the bridge. It's a missed opportunity, truly. Divine Feminine showing up with the energy of the Queen of Swords. So this is definitely letting us know, especially from the masculine standpoint, that Divine Feminine, you put your guard up. You know, you definitely let your masculine know, more than likely, that whatever was going on in the connection that wasn't working for you, you weren't going to put up with it. So it doesn't always have to necessarily come down to infidelity, trust issues, but whatever it is, it was enough for you guys to decide to break things off. Or I feel it could have been the feminine that might have started the decision to end things here. And we have a masculine who's feeling like they've got so many regrets because they had everything that they wanted in this relationship, but maybe they did not realize, or they took for granted what they had in the connection. Let's see. What else? Oh yeah, look at this, guys. We've got the Tower card. It wasn't easy. You know, it affected both of you, I feel. And whatever this represents, there's the separation. It was something that could have been completely out of the blue. Maybe you didn't see it coming, or maybe they didn't. But when it came through, once this Tower moment surfaced, there was no turning back. You guys could have had some pretty intense conversations here. Arguments, disagreements, very painful breakup. Yep. And look, this is clarification of, possibly for some of you anyway, a third-party situation. But regardless of that, you know, that might not be everybody's story, but this could simply be indicating that this was a very hurtful breakup. And healing takes time. It really does. So it goes back to this. Healing takes time. You both have to be able to honor where you're at on this journey. And maybe when you're ready, life will find a way to bring you guys back together. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Wait and see, perseverance, hard work pays off. I feel, especially on behalf of the masculine, if they could manifest a second chance here, and maybe you really needed to hear this, Divine Feminine, this is their way of telling you that the effort of their commitment is much stronger this time around compared to how they could have been before. But no matter how you slice this particular situation, it requires a little bit more time to unfold and to develop for you guys to maybe see that light at the end of the tunnel if you're open to that. So when it comes to this connection, Taurus, I feel for some of you that are at least open to not necessarily coming back together, but to be able to open up the conversation to continue the healing, especially if there's some unfinished business here. There's more that needs to be expressed. So maybe you guys didn't have a chance to really say everything that you needed to say. Well, this might give you the opportunity to do that. And for some of you, it might even manifest a reconciliation if that's something that you're interested in. All right, guys. So if you're interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll go ahead and link the decks down below as well. Thank you so much, Taurus. I will see you in the next reading. Take care.